the meeting of November 20th, 2013. The first order of business is the approval of the minutes of October 23rd meeting. We will hold them over until our next regular meeting in December because Chairperson Quarantello was not present. On the agenda, item number 1 is an application for change of hours. Application of Sons of Revere, DBA Sons of Revere, located at 8 Revere Street, David Lightbody, manager, for change of closing hours from 1 to 2 a.m. It was continued from the October 23rd meeting. Is someone here from the Revere, the Sons of Revere? Seeing none, we can continue this till the December meeting. This is their second continuance. Okay, item number 2 is Motorcycles of Manchester. This is an application of Wong's Inc., 184 Broadway, Richard Wong, manager, to transfer a Class 2 motor vehicle sales license to Motorcycles of Manchester Inc., Joel Wheeler, president, to be exercised at the same address, 184 Revere. Requested number of vehicles is 100 motorcycles. Counsel, please state your name.
Good afternoon. Attorney Dan Buckley from D'Ambrosio Brown on behalf of Motorcycles of Manchester, Inc. Members of the Commission, I'm here on behalf of Motorcycles of Manchester. The president of the company, Joe Wheeler, is also present in chambers. The request in front of this commission is the transfer of a Class 2 license that already exists on the property at 184 Broadway from Woz Inc. to Motorcycles of Manchester at 184 Broadway. This is a Class 2 used vehicle license that is going to be part of the new business operating at the property, which is Motorcycles of Manchester, which is it's a well-known business, been around 40 years, up in Manchester, New Hampshire, as well as in Foxborough. The company is extending their business and wants to open up at the 184 property. I've actually received a rendering, if the Commission would like to see a couple of the photographs. The rendering provides a vision of what they want to do to enhance the property in their sale of their motorcycles. I think it's important to note for this Class 2 license, unlike other Class 2 or Class 1 license, is these vehicles are going to be shown and sold inside the property. It's going to be inside the showroom. So there are no real issues of parking or vehicles being shown outside the premises, which I think is an important aspect of looking at a license transfer. Secondly, Motorcycles of Manchester is a well-known name, particularly in Manchester and Foxborough, have never had any issues with their hosting communities, and I believe they are going to continue that in Revere. I think particularly this space in the city of Revere, it's important because they'll be under the guise and scrutiny of both the Licensing Commission and the police station that's right around the corner from here. So while they don't anticipate any issues, if that was any concern for the Commission, this is a perfect place for under the scrutiny of both the Commission and the police regarding any noise issues.
I just have one question. Right now, it's presently licensed for 25 vehicles.
That's correct.
Cars. So we're going to do 100 motorcycles, no cars.
That's correct.
Okay.
And I think that which I brought up in the first place was these vehicles or motorcycles are going to be inside the premises. So it's not an issue of having vehicles parked outside or anything. They're going to be inside.
Okay, so the license will just read, should it be passed, would just read 100 motorcycles. That's the only vehicles that will be on the property.
That's correct.
Okay. Is there any proponents that would like to speak in favor of this application? Hearing none, I'll close that side of the hearing. Are there any opponents speaking against this application in the audience? Hearing none, I'll close that side of the hearing. Commissioner LaCroy, do you have any questions?
Just a question on parking.
Yes.
Two questions. Now, most likely, we might have, more people come in to see the motorcycles, even though they're smaller units, obviously. Has there been like a study on the impact of the other business owners in the area that may be impacted by a large draw of the clientele going to this place? I'm just curious if you've checked with them, because I'm sure there's not a heck of a lot of parking.
There are 10 parking spaces on the property.
Okay, there are.
So
okay.
that's on private property, including the public parking on Broadway.
Okay.
As this was, has always had a Class 2 license as well as an operating business in the past, I don't see any type of traffic issues being changed at this property, as it's already been in existence at this location.
Okay. So
And while most of the business is being done again inside the premises as opposed to in the parking lot.
And hours of operation, is that listed?
The hours of operation are going to be Monday through Thursday, 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, 9 to 8, Saturday, 9 to 4, and Sunday, 11 to 3.
Okay. So this is...
Okay. I just have one other question. I'm sure you're selling motorcycles. They test drive them? How are these sold as far as test driving? I'm looking at the noise factor in that area.
Certainly.
Although this is really commercial property.
That's correct.
And we're right near the highway. And I'm just wondering, how do they test drive these?
Just like any purchase of an expensive item like a vehicle, there is, test driving, but that's, more done. And it is in a good spot commercially, where you've got Route 16 and then Route 1 and, 93 not too far away. So I think that while there is test drive, I think that's not going to be done in the residential areas, considering you've got the, extensive space on the main routes.
Yes, there are plenty of routes that they can take without disturbing the
Exactly.
neighborhood or driving down Broadway at...
And I think any consumer would really want to open it up outside on the main highways, and it doesn't make sense that it will be done in the residential area.
Right.
Regards to the sidewalks, you don't plan to have any like Saturday events where you're displaying or promoting specials on sidewalks where, how they do it on 16 and Everett? At Parkway Cycle, they have a lot of times they have all their bikes in front of the buildings kind of on Saturdays. That's important.
There are current locations where we open houses.
Please go to the podium and state your name, please.
Joel Wheeler from Motorcycles of Manchester. At our other locations, we'll have open houses.
Would you please put your mic on?
At our other locations, we'll have open houses.
If you could just speak up a little, obviously that's not working. Sorry.
At our other locations, we have open houses. Again, mostly it's indoors. We'll have generally a vendor come in and offer food, and we'll show off some of the products. At this location, we might have to work something out for the larger off-site location where we'll have, additional vehicles shipped in and different vendors set up. At our Foxborough location, we have 400 spot parking lots. We do things there. We'll be carrying the same line, so a lot of our events would be combined anyway, out there where we have plenty of space.
Okay, well, obviously you wouldn't be able to use a sidewalk anyways, as that's public property.
Yeah.
Okay. I have no other questions. Does my colleague have anything to add to it?
No, I'm good.
Is there a motion on the floor?
I'm going to make a motion to approve the transfer of license to Manchester, Motorcycles of Manchester.
I'll second the motion. And that's with 100 motorcycles, no vehicles. So the total is 100.
Thank you.
This 25 will be eliminated from that license.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck.
Item number 3 is an application for Class 1 motor vehicle sale license. Application of Black Marble Motorcycle doing business as Boston Harley Davidson, 655 Squire Road. Daniel Stay, manager, for a new Class 1 motor vehicle sales license.
Good afternoon. My name is Corey Rhodes. I'm an attorney with D'Ambrosio Brown. I represent Black Marble Motorcycles, doing business as Harley Davidson of Boston. We're reaching, to some extent, a long path with this company, trying to bring this well-known, top-tier brand to the city of Revere. Previously, we've been in front of City Council on numerous occasions for ordinance changes and special permits to bring Harley Davidson into the old Foodmaster property at 655 Squire Road. At this point, it's really that final step to actually get the license so they can sell those shiny new Harley Davidsons, and that's why we're here today. Coming to Revere is a big investment for this company. They're looking at $14 million to renovate this property. There is substantial parking, as you've probably seen, 300 plus spaces. They keep normal, traditional business hours, 9 to 6 on Monday through Friday. Saturdays are 9 to 5, and Sundays are 10 to 5. So there really shouldn't be any issues with noise when people are generally at home or trying to go to bed or anything like that. Beyond that, this is a well-known brand that has a very good image that they try to maintain. And this company in particular has worked very hard to do that at their Everett location. And they also have locations in New Hampshire that receive commendations pretty regularly. Beyond that, they're looking to get started as soon as possible.
Okay. I see on the application it says 100 and I think you're applying for 161.
Yes.
161. I know I read that.
It's a little bit on the other side,
Okay.
right here. Back page.
Did you get that? Okay. My agenda's a little different. Okay. So it's 161 would be.
Again, this is a big showroom right in the Foodmaster.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Sure.
Are you taking over Foodmaster and Rite Aid? Both,
Yes, exactly.
both locations.
Exactly.
So
Rite Aid, I believe, has already left at this point. That's going to be one Harley Davidson showroom. I believe some offices and things as well.
okay, so that would be your whole sales area would be.
Exactly.
Oh, so you would have basically the whole parking lot.
Yes, I think the only thing that's going to be left is the dentist's office right on the corner, and the Dunkin' Donuts is there, the little standalone in the parking lot.
I think they're moving.
I have heard that as well, that they may be moving down to further down the road into Malden.
Linden Square,
Are they?
the old Bank of America.
Okay, so that would be 161 in your showroom, and then you have another 100 to 200?
So they've purchased that entire property, so that would include the self-storage business that will be staying there, and that's actually on an adjacent lot, so it's part of a separate lot. The Bally's, that's been vacant for a number of years, they've purchased that to just be a warehouse, no customers there, no sales there. They will just be doing storage out of that.
Oh, okay, so it encompasses that whole area.
Yeah, they really have the whole kind of park there. They're the landowner, so they're going to be a tenant. The tenant is the dentist, and the tenant will be the self-storage.
Okay, and you gave us the hours of operations, which is okay. And again, you're not near a highly residential area,
No.
although there are some homes in that area, so
Yes,
the test driving.
And I would say that this is a company that really wants to develop that image and be part of the community, and is very willing to work with the police if there are any kind of disturbances. Any bikes that they're selling do have to meet state emission standards, and that's also noise standards too. So they're not selling any modified mufflers that make all that noise, just to kind of alleviate any of those concerns.
Okay, do you have any questions for the attorney?
Do you have any renditions of the
I
property?
do.
What they say?
I did mean to hand them out
I think
initially.
we have one. Okay, thank you. I think I had one here.
What do you typically expect for volume of people coming in to browse, buy on an average?
Yeah, some of it, they are very rough numbers. They thought on the weekdays, possibly 100 people each day coming to the property. On the weekends, you're probably getting somewhere closer to 300 to 400 coming on a day. Deliveries, like getting actual new motorcycles in, it's usually only every 2 weeks. And they'd come in a tractor trailer and pull into that back area where the Valleys is.
Mhm. Special events, is it required that they have special permits on special events?
If they do have special events outdoors and they're serving any kind of food, they would have to notify the
And
board.
they're happy to come back and speak to those specific events.
So the parking lot, which comes right up the Squire Road, just about, how far to the highway or the main road is there going to be? There's just going to be parking there, or is there going to be?
It's just going to the general, I would say, framework of the property is going to stay the same.
Yeah.
Part of their work, site plan review, is to modify that area, make a better traffic flow, kind of condense the exit and entrance so that people aren't kind of flying across from the self-storage all the way out, near the Dunkin' Donuts. They are trying to structure this property in a better way.
So looking at these plans, it looks like you are going to have some motorcycles in front of the building. They won't all be housed?
I think they put in an area, working with site plan review, to maybe be able to put 5 to 10 motorcycles in the front when the weather's good. And that would be on the front entrance of the property. I don't believe it's actually in the parking lot at that point.
Okay, and that was approved?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it looks like a beautiful facility. I look at the other
Especially for
places.
what's
The
there
landscaping
currently.
and everything looks
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
in Everett and
Yeah,
so on. I
yeah.
hope we have the same thing in Revere.
I think they want to come in and do the same thing. This is just, it's their image, it's their company. They want to represent it in the best way possible.
It's just a very congested. It is a congested area there. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone's aware of that.
We did have to go to Malden for some work, special permits related to storage and use and things, and that the dividing line is right there at the property.
That's correct.
So part of our work in Malden is actually to try to fix that intersection as much as possible. I think there's going to be some light retiming and maintenance of crosswalks and things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It is some piece of it that, if their customers can't get there and they're not happy getting there, that's affecting the relationship with the business.
Yeah, it's that side street.
Yeah, the Wesley Avenue there.
Yeah, where you have the gas station on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
And you guys are there, where back up significantly. I can
Yeah,
see that.
yeah.
Right now, there's no food master there, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
That would be my, focus. So you expect to keep that entrance in and out?
They're constraining it so that it's a more organized entrance and exit. What we went over site plan was how people were just kind of shooting in and out from odd sides. They want to make that a more organized entrance and exit. And then beyond that is actually working with Mass DOT to try to retime those lights to make the whole place flow better.
Okay, any other questions, Commissioner?
Yeah, the only question, so if we approve it here,
Well, I won't. Okay, I guess there's no more questions. Are there any proponents wishing to speak on this matter? Hearing none, I'll close that side of the hearing. Any opponents, those wishing to speak against this? Hearing none, I'll close that side of the hearing. Is there a motion on the floor, Commissioner?
Yeah. I'll motion to approve the license to sell the motorcycles. 161 inside and whatever you store in the building next
Up
door.
to 200, no
Up to
more than
200.
200.
So I approve them. Making the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Next item on the agenda is Antonella's. This is an application of Antonella's, DBA Antonella's, Louis Rubino Jr., manager for a common victual license to be exercised at 744 Broadway, Revere, requesting hours of operations 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week, requesting seating to be 20 seats at 4 tables. Counsel?
Yes, members of the Commission, Joseph Cottogio, 1 Sprague Street, Revere, representing the applicant, Antonella's Incorporated, doing business as Antonella's. The business to be located at 744 Broadway. The Commission is likely familiar with this property. It housed Revere Aluminum at the corner of Revere Street and Broadway for a large number of years. The applicant purchased it a short while ago, has begun renovations with the approval of the city of Revere. We've been through site plan review. We've obtained the necessary permits. There is a rendering of the proposed site in the application, although it is very close to completion now, so you could really get a first-hand look. The property's been upgraded and enhanced, and the renovations have gone very well. We are looking to establish a cafe-style / takeout with primarily Italian pastry and food, pizza, sandwiches, things of that nature. The applicant manager is here. The applicant owner is here. Unfortunately, the real star of the show, the cook, couldn't make it. But all Revere residents, all looking to establish a nice family-style business and restaurant in the city. We did our best with the seating capacity to keep it minimal, kind of a sidewalk type of situation, and we would look for your approval for standard 7 days a week business hours for a lunch, brunch, and dinner type of setup.
Ms. Haney, have we received the, have we got a certificate from the fire department and the Board of Health?
Yeah, they have not completed.
They have not approved?
No, it's actually very close. They're just about done within a week or so, but we would obviously accept approval on the condition of approval by the city of all the building and sign off on all the building permits and fire department approval as well.
Okay, we would have to have that before. Obviously, you could open.
Right, and we have been, they have been there regularly, just we haven't done the final inspection because there's still a little more work to be completed.
Okay. Are you required, I know it's, you only have seating for 20, so you're not required to have the fire alarm, is it?
No, I believe
No.
it's over 100, I think, for as far as those standards go. But again, the fire department has been in, and whatever they've asked for, we've, we've complied with. But we're not required to have the extensive system that's required as far as the seating capacity goes.
Okay.
That's over 100.
So if it were approved tonight, of course, it would be in contingent when we've got those papers from the fire department.
Yes, we fully anticipate that, we fully accept that, and understand it as well.
Okay. Do you have any questions for the council?
Is this going to be 2 levels? Because I know
No,
there's upstairs. Is it a
there is an upstairs. It's a residence, and it will remain a residence. It's
Okay.
not part of the application or the business at all.
That's why I was concerned about the fire alarms where there was an apartment upstairs.
Right.
Okay.
I'm assuming, so He owns the building now?
Yes, and actually, we anticipate family members to be living in the
Okay.
apartment as well. But we'll comply with the ordinances as far as occupancy, obtaining an occupancy permit goes, which includes the inspection of the entire building by the fire department.
Right.
And there's some, just street parking?
That's all that's ever been there.
Yes.
And that's why we've kind of limited, trying to put in too many seats or anything like that. It's really kind of a cafe kind of.
Well, that's what we need. I know you're asking for the 20 seats with 4 tables, but the fire department will give us that okay for the
Yes.
occupancy.
Yes, and if it's a change, we'll accept. And again.
You would probably have to come back in a month if it was changed. We would have to change the seatings and vote on it again if it's not allowed.
Right.
Okay, so we'll have to wait for that occupancy.
There's no plans for any outdoor seating on the side up Malden Street? There's no
No.
space over there?
No,
Inside
I
the-
wouldn't expect anything like that. There really isn't room for it. We know the corner, again, that the owners are longtime residents in the city and understand. We know that, appreciate there's a school right in back of us, and we'll always keep an eye on that as well.
Okay. Are there any proponents wishing to speak on this item? Hearing none, I'll close that side of the hearing. Any opponents wishing to speak against the issuing of this license? Hearing none, I'll close that side of the hearing. If there are no more questions by the commission, I'll accept a motion.
I'm going to make a motion to approve the common victual license for Antonellas on 744 Broadway.
I will second that on the conditions that before the license is actually issued, that we have all the papers in order, the occupancy, the Board of Health, or whatever else is needed to open, and then our secretary can give you the license at that
We'll deliver
time.
them directly to her.
Okay, but if there is a change in the occupancy and the fire department says they're not going to allow 20 seats, we will have to come back in a month.
Understood.
We'll put you back on the agenda.
We'll keep an eye on that as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to go back to the first item on the agenda, item number 1, and it was the Sons of Revere. Is no one here for the Sons of Revere? Okay, we'll hold that over one more month for a continuance. Also this evening, we were supposed to have the Squire Club here. This board has decided, since there isn't a full board here this evening, that we will continue that till next month, till Chairman Quarantello can be present. All in favor, all opposed? In favor?
In favor?
Okay, so they'll be on the agenda at our December meeting. Okay, next on the agenda is our renewals. Oh, no, I think we'll do the communication first. I'll make a motion to place the communications on file.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, it's been approved. Okay, we're going to do some renewals, so just bear with me. The license, oh, we don't have that one, okay. License renewals for parking lot licenses is the Comfort Inn and Suites on American Legion Highway and Rockwall Realty on North Shore Road. Class 2 auto licenses, La Jolla Auto Sales on North Shore Road, Gelino's Auto on Broadway, Atlantic Auto on Broadway, Nick's Auto Sales on Lee Burbank Highway, North Shore Auto, North Shore Road. We won't be renewing Kagan's or Burbank Autos at this time. Next is renewal of pool tables, Patriots Civics Club on Patriots Parkway. License renewals for common victual license, Joe's Market on Squire Road, Dunkin' Donuts on Beach Street, Safety Market on Broadway, Dunkin' Donuts on Broadway, Dunkin' Donuts on 649 Squire Road, Dunkin' Donuts 35 Squire Road, Dunkin' Donuts, 30 Squire Road, Papagino's, Squire Road, Tedeschi Food Shop, Squire Road, Tedeschi's Food Shop, Shirley Ave, Polo Royal Restaurant, Broadway, Parkway Convenience, Revere Beach Parkway, Dimino Subs, Revere Beach Parkway, Max Roast Beef, Revere Street, Comfort Inn Suites, American Legion Highway, Suffolk Diner, Lee Burbank Highway, Bread Basket Convenience, Broadway, Fairfield Inn and Suites, 100 Morris Street, Dairy Mart Liquors, 160 Squire Road. The renewal of entertainment licenses, Joe Market, Squire Road, Polo Royal, Broadway, Suffolk Diner, Lee Burbank Highway, Fairfield Inn and Suites, 100 Morris Street, Dairy Mart Liquors, 160 Squire Road. License renewals for gold, silver, precious metals, and jewelry sales. Rochana Jewelry, 156 Shirley Ave. Secondhand dealer licenses, A1 Furniture, North Shore Road. License renewals for Inn Holder Hotel. Comfort Inn Suites, American Legion Highway, Fairfield Inn and Suites, Morris Street. License renewal for automatic amusement devices. Showcase Cinema Revere, 565 Squire Road, 7 machines. I believe that's the end of the renewals. Are there any more? Okay. That's the end of the renewals for this month. And again, next month we will have the Squire on for those viewing audience or anyone who may have shown up today. We apologize, but Chairperson Parmentello could not make it. Our next regular scheduled meeting is December 18th. Thank you, Secretary. And will be adjourned until December 18th. Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second the motion.